Hey, okay, so now what I want to do is share with you our Flawless 4. Okay, the Flawless 4 is the Glorious Primer, the Concealer, the Liquid Foundation, and the Liquid Foundation Brush. So first off, what I'll do is apply the primer. You just need about a pea-sized amount. We're just going to dab that around the face. And what primer does is it helps create, fills in fine lines and wrinkles. So what it will do is create a smooth palette for applying your foundation. The other thing that it will do is help make the foundation last longer. Okay, so next I'm going to use concealer. And I'm going to use the concealer brush to apply that. This is a very thick, see how it doesn't drip down? It's very thick, so you don't need that much. I'm going to use it on some of my lovely spots, the different pigmentation that I have. Some of that from being in the sun too much. So be careful of your skin while you're young. It's too late for me. I can just do the best I can now with my moisturizers and my fake tan. Okay, so now I'm going to use the foundation brush. Actually, the concealer brush, and I'm just going to put a little bit more there. And I'm going to just dab that around using kind of a spackling motion. And I'm just doing that just a little bit, and then I'm going to use my fingers to blend it a bit better. But the good thing is you don't have to blend it too much because the foundation will do the rest of the work. And under the eyes, you should always use the ring finger because the skin area is very sensitive and thin in that area, and we don't want to damage the skin there. Okay, so the next step is to apply the foundation. So I'm going to use the foundation brush. I'm going to squeeze the tube first to make sure I have any air bubbles out. Shake it up. And then I only need like 5 drops of this. So I'll go ahead and drop 5. Oops, that's a very big drop, so I'm probably only going to use 3 because you really just don't need that much of this. That's way too much. So we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to dab that around. And one other thing you'll notice is that I have already applied my eye makeup. The reason for this is that if you're applying a powder eyeshadow and it flakes down, and I had already had my foundation done, when I clean that up, clean up the eyeshadow droppings, I am going to mess up my foundation. So I always do it last. Do you see how that's blending in and doing the rest of the work for me on the concealer? And this is about all you need to do. It just gives such a flawless finish. And that is it with the foundation. All I'm going to do now is do just a very light dusting of pressed powder just to set it. And then I'm a blush girl, so I'm going to put on a little bit of blush. Don't let that color scare you. It's just highly pigmented, so because they're mineral cosmetics, so you don't need that much. It's just kind of a tap. Smile, get it on the apples of the cheeks, and a slight sweep up. I actually did get too much on there, so I'll show you what we do. Got way too much. You just take your powder puff brush, and you just blend. Now, if you prefer bronzer, especially at this time of year, you can go ahead and use a bronzer instead. But I just prefer a blush. So All that's left is for me to apply some lippy, and I'm set to go. Thanks.